So, carrying on with our preview for the GFA Cup final, we're joined now by a couple of the senior players from the squad. Ian and of course Steve, thanks for joining us for this, taking time out. I know you're off training soon. Just going to start quickly, Ian, with you. I just want to go through a little bit of your career. You made your debut for Nadur senior team in 2009-2010. You left after 2 seasons. You went to Victoria Hotspurs.
Yes, 1 season.
And then you also played 4 seasons, I think, with Kirchner.
Kirchner, yes.
2 seasons with SKW as well. You returned to Nadur in 18 and 19.
Yes.
That'd be right. And you made a total of 273 appearances in the Gozo League totally to date. And you've only missed 2 games this season.
Yes.
And you missed 25 penalties. Is that true or false? No. Steve, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Your sort of is a little bit longer, but okay. You made your senior debut in 2008-2009. You stayed with Nadur for 3 years. You joined Army in Malta in 2011.
Army,
not the Army, no, the football club Army. You made your debut there, I think, in 2011-2012. Yeah. After 3 years, you joined Balzan, is that how you say it?
Yes.
It's an easy one. In 2014. 2 years later, you went to Xuereb. You returned to Malta with, then you went back to Malta with Cameroon. Followed by 1 season with Balzan again. You went back, is that correct? Where you then made your European debut and you played against Kelser, I think it was, from Azerbaijan. Yeah. And then, of course, Slovenum, terrible with languages. You also trained with the national team and you made 14 appearances with the Malta under-21s, is that correct?
Yeah.
Made 79 appearances in Malta and you've played 219 games domestically and internationally total. Quite a great career. And now you're back with Nadur. So we're just going to start before we go into the cuff to congratulate you live on an absolutely fantastic season this season. Guys, you must be very proud of the club and how it's all turned out this season. Whoever wants to respond can. Steve?
This season was from past years, how I see it, it was one of the most that I felt the team like it was united and all the players were fantastic as a character, and even the coaches, the committee, we worked very good together, and it shows on the pitch. It was a really special season.
It's important when everyone's pulling in the same direction, isn't it? Because if a club is not run right at the top, it eventually filters down to the pitch and the players feel that. So when a very good run club is also important for the players, isn't it? In yourself, you've had a pretty good season. The league came quite early when you sort of finished it off. As I say, only 1 defeat all season. Are you happy with your own form this season, how everything's gone?
Yes, as Steve said, we had a dominant season. I think we were the better team from the Gazetan teams. We kept our feet on the ground for every game, always focusing on our next opponent. You know, we found a good organization here at Nadur, from president, committee, and even from our coaches. They always motivate us and support us the best way and prepare us in the best possible way for every game.
You've played some really good football this season, even like sort of commentating games. You know, I've got to tell you, some games I go to, we're just like, can we get this over and go home? But whenever there are a few teams, I think Kirchner have done very well as well. I think they're improving, they're doing very well. But when you come out, you have a team that plays. I'm saying this now as somebody that watches the game with no, I don't support them, just as, independent. Your football is all the way through from the keeper, and I know you like to come out sometimes and play that pass, Steve. I know you like to do that, and you do. You have this high line, you come out, but there seems no weak at the moment. There's no weak points. Your midfield is strong, so from the back to the midfield, and of course we know about what happens up front with the players that you've got. But at this particular moment, at this particular season, your team just seems to flow, and that's got to breed confidence. Like, you know, as a keeper, Steve, there, a defence who has a strong keeper are very confident at the back, because they know if there's a slip, there's a keeper there that can get them out. And you must feel the same as well. When you put that ball forward, you know the midfield can carry it forward.
True. You have more confidence to give the ball. It comes from both. If I know that my teammate can receive the ball and turn and doesn't give it to me in a bad way, mentally you're more confident to risk a bit and play the right way.
It's very similar because if we Luke Howe, or my friend Lucci, I mean, this is a guy also that not only defends, but he can turn with a ball and he can pick a pass. He's confident on the ball, and this seems to me that this season seems to be. I'm going to ask you a question. Does this come from winning? I mean, the more, you know, when you don't feel under pressure, you're winning games. Are you more confident to make that pass? For example, if you're down the bottom and you know you're afraid of going down, you get your nerves. You know you don't want to take a chance. So when you're in this sort of form that you've been this season, does that help you to, like Steve, you bring the ball out, you look up, maybe on a different day you play it out short, but you know, when you have this confidence in the team, you might just go for that longer pass, which has paid off quite a lot this season. Is that right?
Yes, for sure. The confidence is built, you know, when you play matches, you know, and but it's not easy to stay on top, you know. We stayed from match day one on top, but it required, you know, hard work, motivation every week, you know, from our coaches. So it gets a little bit more difficult to stay on top, not losing any points, you know, and not depending from our closest rivals, you know, ICLM. But obviously we took advantage from them when they lost against Sultana.
Absolutely, yeah. And of course they then went on to change the coach halfway through, which is always disruptive. I know you did, but it was a little bit different because you had Paul, who's way with Branko, that could step up, and everything just seemed to just flow. Nothing really changed, except Branko wasn't what he was. He used to come to all the games, of course. So, I mean, coming into the final now, you're going to play them again. I thought the Lasco final was a little bit easy for you, I've got to be honest. I don't think they really turned up on the day. I thought you played very well in that game. But I've got this little feeling now, they might be a little bit more up for this time around. It's the last chance to call up, of course, of a trophy of any sort. Are you expecting a tougher game than the last one?
Of course, ICLM, for me, this year they were a good team. Unfortunately for them, many bad things happened, like injuries or suspensions, and they suffered a bit from this. But the rest, they were the second best team in the league, and if those things didn't happen to them, I'm sure that it would be very close league. But again, when we played the last game of the year with them, they won again. They showed that they can beat us, but we'll see on Sunday how they react to our win against them in the.
Do you think that defeat it came as a surprise? I think nobody expected it. I'm sure you didn't. I didn't. Do you think the fact that happened? Do you think that that's a sort of wake-up call to the players? That you go, hey, you know, we can be beaten on the day.
Yes,
I mean, we go out expecting to win, but somebody actually, does that sort of refocus the mind on, you know?
How I felt that the first week, it was hard to take, but when time passed, it kind of gives you a lesson, and you find it in next games. The way we were playing. Winning. Sometimes you start mentally
take the foot off the pedal.
Not being not interested, but you start going down like
I know what you're trying to say.
Every time
yeah.
you think you can get it with less effort but it will give this loss gave us, I'm sure that gave us
a kick up the bum.
Yeah.
Ian, you're up against also a man that can win a game on his own. Igor is a fantastic striker. He's going to be a big threat for you, I think, on Saturday. You know, his left foot, his right foot. He's a strong player, holds the ball well, head. He's also going to be watched. And I mean, even if even Johnny can come on. I mean, Johnny is just a player that, as a striker, he's done it for so long. He knows where to get in the box. He knows where to be, and he'll convert. So they do have players that can hurt you. I mean, you know, you've really got to be switched on to that part of it. Ian, would you agree to that?
Yes, of course, I agree with you. Igor is one of the best strikers we have in Gozo. For sure, it's gonna be a difficult match. A final is always a final, you know. ICLM got nothing this year till now, and for sure they will try their very best to took at least one honor
Trophy
of three. You know, we lift 2 trophies till now. And we'll be aiming to lift the other one to make the treble. But you know, we have to keep our feet on the ground, play, nothing can change, you know. We have to play the game we usually play, keep the ball, you know, and hopefully the result will come.
I'm going to let you go, guys, because I know you've got your training now just before. I want to thank you so much for joining us for this. I think it's important that the supporters see all this, and you know, it makes the club what it is today. We'll be there, of course, for the final. We wish you all the best. I know where I'll be Sunday night if you win. So good luck, and thank you so much for joining us for this lead up to the cup final. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.